We're steps away from two elementary schools in Scarborough. They do have traffic enforcement in place, but a big question, the speed limit here is 50 kilometers an hour. Then why is it 40 kilometers an hour in front of another school around the corner, less than 400 meters away?
The difference is 10 kilometers, and it actually makes a big difference when you're inside a school zone. Reaction time for motorists to come to a stop.
While the limit is typically 40 kilometers in school zones, vehicles can travel 50 kilometers an hour in front of George B. Little Public School on Orton Park and at Galloway Public School, both of which are on two-lane roads.
The speed limit says maximum 50, but we all know people will play with that to like 60 or 65.
I've seen cars come speeding here and then the red light is there and they come to like a screeching halt, and it's scary, you know.
I've had cars go by me when I'm in the middle of the road, you know, going through red lights too.
Toronto Police Traffic Services says it depends on the road, regardless of how many schools may be on it, saying arterial roads with more lanes and TTC traffic, like Scarborough Golf Club Road, won't necessarily see a dip in speed, even though there are two elementary schools side by side.
We've seen it happen before where 50 zones turn into 40 and 40s turn into 30s as well. So it starts with some local advocacy and engaging some of the resources available.
But even if the community advocates for a change, the city tells us that any speed limit reduction would also require an engineering study, followed by a bylaw amendment, and each case would have to be dealt with on an individual basis. A local Scarborough councillor is among those calling for lower speed limits in front of all schools.
The number one complaint I get is for people traffic and speed enforcement and speed limits around schools. So it's a bit frustrating for myself, and I know for members of the Toronto Police Service and also parents.
Under the Vision Zero plan, the City of Toronto had aimed to install 88 school safety zones right across the city by the end of 2018. So far, they've installed 56. On Galloway Road, Tammie Sutherland, City News.